This is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Enjoying the summer. Yeah, it's hot. And so I've been doing videos today, and I got a comment that was interesting. I haven't thought about it before, and I don't think I've made a video about it. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about it. And but before I'm going to tell you all this stuff, you know as well as I know, I'm only telling you part of a story, part of what's going on. At least I'm honest enough to tell you I'm giving you part of a story. You're smart enough to realize you're only getting part of the story. Unlike scientists. Scientists will talk as if they're giving you the whole data, and they expect everybody to believe it. And so what I'm going to talk about is some stuff in natural healing, and just kind of talk a little bit about it. And I guarantee the scientist will not agree with what I have to say, but that's not the point. The point is to make you think, and not just be part of the herd and go right along with whatever crap you're told. And I want to start with bloodletting. It's odd. I mentioned it on the comment was talking about the bloodletting, and after that I thought, because I've got the stuff, I can do bloodletting if I knew what I was doing. But since I don't know what I'm doing, I haven't really tried it yet. Now I will once I get all my marbles together, but right now I haven't started it yet. And it's the scientists, and when I was going along on the internet looking at it, and they're talking about how bad it is, and all this stuff, and they're not all there. They don't understand any of this stuff. And I would say all natural healing works on what it's supposed to work on. And where it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Most of the time, at least, it won't hurt you or kill you like some means of modern medicine. But anyway, on bloodletting, it is something you need to be aware of, and you need to do it. I've learned about the bloodletting. Oh man, it's been over 50 years ago. Probably been even more than that. And when I was a young'un, like I say, I've been working in the restaurant business, and we learned a long time ago that when you cut yourself, you let it bleed. And what happens, you cut right when you make your cut. What happens is germs are introduced into your body. So when you grab onto it and you stop the bleeding, what you just did is you left the germs inside your blood, and now you're going to have problems. Maybe not always, but a lot of times you will have problems I'm talking about being cut. And what you'll do is you'll get infections and stuff like that. And so I learned a long time ago, when you get cut, what you do is, in the restaurant business, you go over, you turn on the cold water, and you let the cold water run on your finger and let it bleed. And it'll bleed, and it'll bleed, and it'll bleed. And as that cold water keeps running on there, eventually the bleeding will slow down, if not stop. And then, it might take it, 5 minutes or so, but, just let it run on there. It doesn't have to be hard, just let it keep running. And what happens when you see the blood start slowing down, then you take something clean, a gauze or Kleenex or anything that's clean, and then you grasp it, and then you put pressure on it. And then when you get pressure, later on I learned what you do is you're holding pressure on it, and then keep the pressure on there. what happens, the cold water will make the blood vessels kind of shrink up a little bit. And so it's going to stop the bleeding. And then with the pressure, for sure you're going to stop the bleeding. And then when you're using something on there that's going to dry it, then when you take it off, you put a little dab of super glue on there. And that will hold the cut together. And it's a whole lot more sanitary than a Band-Aid. And when I was a kid, we used a Band-Aid, but we didn't have super glue. But once super glue was invented, boy, we figured that out real quick. And but like I say, we would use like pepper and stuff like that. Put pepper on the cut, and then the Band-Aid and stuff like that. But still, you're trying to work with this nasty Band-Aid on. So that's where the super glue comes in. So this is bloodletting. That's exactly what bloodletting is. Now, it's used for other things, and we're not going to talk about it. But I know of some other things that it is good for. Whether the scientists say it's no good or not, I know it's good for certain things, just like the cut. Okay, another thing would be cupping. I've got videos talking about cupping and showing how it works, and it really does work. And you would put it on the chest and on the back on somebody that's coughing. And when they're coughing really, really hard, and you can see them grab a hold of something like that. What's it doing is putting a lot of stress on your chest. What it'll do is it'll separate some of the tissue from the muscle, and it's not a good thing at all. But you put the cups on there, that will calm down the coughing. Coughing is good. There's a reason why you're coughing. That's why you're coughing. But it'll cut it down so then it's more manageable. Works great on kids. It'll when they're coughing, on a stomach ache. There's things that cupping is good for. And just like all of them, you have to find out what it's good for. Okay. And then there's the Hoi Chi. And it's the Hoi Chi that I do. Now the reason I mention Hoi Chi is when I'm doing Hoi Chi, I demonstrate Reiki and Qigong, and I demonstrate how it works and this stuff. I'm not an expert in those things, but I know how it works. Kind of like, I'm not a race car driver, but I can drive a car. That's basically the same thing. And so I illustrate how it works. I guess that's a good idea. I wasn't thinking, but maybe I need to try it with magnets, because magnet therapy is something else. I'm not into the magnet therapy, but like I say, there are different therapies out there that are natural and they work. You just have to figure out what they work for. And I say acupuncture. Now I even do acupuncture. Mainly I do ear acupuncture when I'm doing my Hoi Chi. But that's how I really learned Hoi Chi, is by learning acupuncture. Now acupuncture is a little different story. It is you can learn the points, but you have to learn how to insert the needles, which direction to insert them, and how often you do it, and what points you're supposed to use. So it gets really complicated. That's why that's how I was able to develop the Hoi Chi. It's a form of acupuncture. Matter of fact, it's kind of half between that and a massage. And talking about massage, massage is good. And now if you just do it one time, it's probably no big deal, but you really need to do it on a regular basis. And what it does is stimulate circulation, and you need circulation. No circulation, you're definitely going to have health problems. And when you employ Hoi Chi along with the massage, then you can find certain points on the body and you can massage to wellness. So there is something to it. When I was in China, normally only Hoi Chi will fix me. It keeps me up in shape normally. And I had an old guy that did a massage on me in China. And I had my clothes on. I just laid right there, and man, he did a massage. He knew how massage works, and he did good. And that got me all taken care of. So it's amazing how this the natural stuff that's out there, and it does work. Scientific, I don't know. I don't know if you can prove it scientifically. But in the natural health world, proving something scientifically means nothing. It's the results is what we look for. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.